What's up, pawners? I'm Alex, as always, and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I've got a very interesting one because just the other day I was able to pick up my first animatronic for 2024, and it may not be a new one, but it's one from last year. And that, of course, is this guy right here, 12-foot mummy. This guy's awesome. Like, just look at his head out of box here. This thing is gigantic. And yeah, he's really cool. I got a really good deal on him. And he does fully work and everything. I already set him up yesterday just to check him out. But yeah, today I'll be unboxing this guy for you. We'll be setting it up and checking him out. So anyways, with all that said, let's get into check him out. Alright, so first of all, before we even get into unboxing this guy, let's quickly talk a bit about what this guy is. So the 12-foot mummy right here was sold at Lowe's and Lowe's Canada in 2022. He of course returned to Lowe's in the US for 2023 with a new model. But from doing my research, it looks like Canada never got that new model, so we only had the 2022 model for both 2022 and 2023, which is unfortunate because the new model they released in the US was upgraded with more like weatherproof and stuff. Yeah, this guy's cool. He stands 12 feet tall. He has a feature where you can choose from 4 different color patterns. And of course, when he's animated, he does also have some nice audio, which is cool. And yeah, this guy, how much I paid for him? Only $125, which was a great deal. Because this guy originally here in Canada sold for $500, which is quite a lot considering you can get a 12-foot animatronic at Home Depot for $400. So yeah, getting this guy for $125, especially with him being like brand new, is awesome. He was only taken out of box once because apparently some guy bought him to set up, and then he got him set up and decided, I don't want to do this, so he just packed him back up and gave him to someone to sell. So yeah, basically never used, which is awesome. But yeah, with that said, that's this guy, so let's go unboxed. So first of all, of course, we got the head. I couldn't fit it back inside the box. This thing is massive, like I said. Just look at it compared to my head. And it looks like it's just like plastic, but it's really good quality. And then getting into the box here, some foam. We have a hip loop, which is pretty big. Got one of his hands, which just compared to my hand, that is crazy. We got another hand, of course. More foam. Here we got either his pants or shirt. This looks like his pants. Then, of course, we got the shirt right here, which I like the look of the clothing. It's pretty nice. We, of course, have instructions, which I hate these instructions. We have a power adapter and the stakes. Right here is the main mech. You can see this right here is the motor that turns them from side to side. And right here is arms, which are actually posable. We got this piece right here. It's just part of his body. It has just some lights and everything to light up his chest area. More foam. Right here is the main control box, which is big. Here, of course, is where the legs connect. Right there you can see the control box has audio. It has where you can have them on, off, or timer mode. There's a try me button thing, which they covered up with a sticker for some reason, but pretty sure you can still put a try me thing in there. Of course, right here is where you select the 4 different colors. A lot of wires down here. Right here is the one that plugs into the adapter. Of course, have cords right here, which are used to support them to the ground. Right here, we got 2 leg pulls with LEDs, 2 more leg pulls with LEDs, and 2 more pulls with LEDs, where this one, the thing's coming off. And you, of course, got 2 arm pulls with LEDs. And these, of course, are also posable. And we've got 4 pulls for the base. And of course, the final piece is the gigantic base. And here, of course, is a final look at all the pieces. We've got a shirt and pants. We have the base here with 4 base supports. We have 2, 4, 6 different leg pieces. We have 2 arm pieces here that are posable. Got the instructions, of course. Right here's the control box. Right here's the shoulder form and main mech. Got 2 hands, hip loop, chest piece, head, supports, and of course the adapter. So now let's try to assemble him because this is difficult. Alright, so now it's time to set him up. I'm going to set him up a bit differently from the instructions because after setting him up originally, I think there's a better way I can set him up. Yeah, we've of course also got the ladder here to help us because he's 12 feet tall. And my roofs here in the garage are only 11 foot, so I won't be able to put the head on, but we'll check him out outside after we set up most of them inside here. So first of all, we need the base. So this right here, of course, is the base, and we're going to connect each of these 4 poles to the 4 pole supports in the base. And all these just snap lock in, which is really nice and convenient. There we go, that's the base, which is pretty big. And we'll just lay that down right there. And next up, we're going to take our C and D poles. C poles here, of course, will go on first. Next up, of course, we got the D poles right here. And then we, of course, will also need to attach the wires right here, which these will eventually connect up to the control box. And actually, I'm gonna turn this guy around because I think he's supposed to be facing the other way with the lights and everything. So there we go. I think that should be the right way. Next up, of course, it is pants time. Of course, you want to make sure that the holes in the legs are facing to the front of them where the LEDs are. And then next up, of course, we're going to need to put on the X poles, what I think are the E poles. Okay, here we go. We got our E poles, which again, easily just snap lock right into place. And of course, here again, we'll also need to connect the wires. And next up, it's time for the control box, which this guy's starting to get a bit high. The instructions say at this point to lean him back, but I don't care about leaning him back because I can easily reach up to the top of this guy at the stairs behind me. And then these wires right here, of course, are numbered. There's number 1 and number 2. And then you just need to find number 1, number 2, and number 2 right here, which that, of course, next there. And number 1 right here, which of course connects to the number 1 spot. And then these, of course, you can pull them up a bit, but not all the way yet. Next up, of course, we got the hip loop right here, up around there, and these ropes are a little bit in the way, but this just kind of connects onto there. But next up, we'll be attaching the light piece right here, and we, of course, can connect this on, just like that. But of course, there's more wires here, which I think are numbered. Number 4 and number 3, which you want to connect. Alright, so as we can see, the setup is getting pretty big. I won't be able to put on like much more of them. Basically, the rest of the setup, we just got this piece which connects onto the top of there. Then the head, of course, will connect up onto here. And there, of course, are wires on here. There's one right here that connects down to the light frame up there. And of course, a tiny wire here that leads up to the head. And there are a wire here and a wire here that connect to the lights on the arms. And of course, this red cord right here is for the motor, which connects to the red cord right up here. And there's also a black wire right here that we connect to the IR sensor here in the pants. And then of course the arms right here, you can kind of pose them however you want. I think you kind of need to unscrew this bolt. But yeah, you can pose them however you want. Once you pose them, this connects to the shoulder piece, the wire of course you connect. And then onto the end here is where you connect the hand. And last thing of course to do is you put on the clothing. Overall, he's quite a difficult setup. It took me quite a while the other day to get him set up. It was like a 2-person job. But yeah, now we got most of them set up. Let's go inside and do a demo and check them out. Alright, so here he is all set up now in my backyard, and I've got to say this guy is way bigger than I was expecting. I really love lots of the detail with this guy, that head mold and the hand molds and everything, it all looks really good. His clothing and everything also doesn't look too bad. I like how it has the cuts in there so you can kind of see like the lights a bit better. I think that's a cool feature. And yeah, his animation too there, it just has to turn in side to side, but I think it does work well for this prop. And his audio is nothing too crazy, but I do definitely like it. And yeah, overall, for only paying $125, this guy is a really good one to get, especially considering he's originally $500. And yeah, I think this guy's definitely got to be one of my favorite animatronics yet. Definitely have to give this guy a solid 5 out of 5 because overall, he's just so awesome. And with all that said, everyone, that is it for today's video. Today's officially day 2 of my 100 Days of Halloween series, which is basically where I'm going to be having new content out every day, which is going to be really fun. So make sure you like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss another upload. And also, if you're a fan of amusement parks, go check out my other channel, which I've linked down below, which very soon I'm going to start posting more content related to amusement parks on it, so get excited for that. And anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.